everyone and welcome back to Big Oggie's World and me in the kitchen. So today is a Thursday and I'm not usually around on the Thursday. I've got other things to be doing, but I'm not very well this week, so I'm here. So I am going to do a recipe from Rick Stein's new book, Food Stories. We've got this week, or this last couple of weeks, and there's some really nice things in there. And this one is just perfect for now. So I'm doing it today because I want to eat the chicken tomorrow. Okay, so you need a bit of forward planning for this.
We're doing a chicken, love.
We're doing a chicken.
I am here for various reasons.
Yes, John is here. So we're going to do a roast chicken, but not a normal roast chicken. No. We are going to brine a chicken. So, John,
yes,
I
dear.
need some salt first.
I'm not here for a reason. You want some salt, love?
I need some salt.
Do you?
That'll do.
You won't need that much.
No.
No.
We bought this a long time ago when we started doing our own
bacon. Yeah.
which is excellent, by the way. And if you haven't seen that video, go back.
Yeah, it's an old video. I'll try and find it.
It's certainly worth it. It's
I got a
absolutely
bit carried away with the amount of salt I bought.
Well, no, we couldn't buy it in a smaller thing. That was the thing, and it was lockdown. So there we go. Anyway, so for this, your chicken needs to be brined for at least 8 hours, or preferably overnight.
So we're doing it the day before.
Doing it the day before, okay? What you need to do is get yourself a big pot, and you are going to submerge your chicken in that pot in a wet brine.
Yes, you are.
Now, if you've watched any of our Christmas videos, you will see that every year we brine our turkey.
We do. We've done dry brines, wet brines. We've done them all.
We usually do a dry brine because obviously a turkey is a much larger thing, and you need a much larger thing to put it in.
That's the problem. It's actually storing the thing.
Exactly. It needs to be fridged, obviously, because you can't just leave a chicken roaming around in a saucepan for whatever. So wet brining turkey is tricky. This recipe should be immense.
Yeah, well, everything we've done in the last 2 Rick Stein books has been fabulous.
Exactly.
On and off the channel.
And lots of people don't like turkey, so you could brine a really good chicken for Christmas.
Get a proper organic, corn-fed, lovely chicken and do this way.
Or a capon. What I don't know what a capon is, but they used to talk about them all the time for Christmas.
Yeah,
so anyway, one of them maybe, I don't know. So what we've done, because this sort of came out of the blue, was we actually have bought a chicken from the butchers.
Yeah, it's not the biggest, but it's in the scale of what they're asking on
Exactly. So, in theory, this is the question now. Do you buy a chicken from the butchers, which costs probably twice as much as I could get one from the supermarket?
But isn't hopefully pumped with water and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. Or do you get one from the supermarket and hope that the brine pimps it up? So we're going to try it both ways.
Yeah, we are.
But we're starting off with a chicken from the butchers because I didn't get a chicken because I wasn't very well. Anyway, so to start off with, you need a large pot. We have measured how much water we need know already. In this. Yeah. So our pot needs 5 litres of water to submerge our chicken in. Okay.
I love when Kelly keeps looking at me and not at you because she's checking what's going on. Yes, you're correct, love. Yeah, it's numbers, okay?
So
the idea is you put in a certain amount of salt and a certain amount of sugar per litre of water.
Exactly. So the ratio is 50 grams of salt, and it doesn't have to be this salt. You can use normal salt.
This is super duper fancy salt we already
Exactly. Have. But so you need 50 grams of salt and 15 grams of sugar to each litre of water.
So for ours it's 250 grams of salt and 75 grams of sugar.
Right.
So we're going to start by measuring this out and we'll come back, okay? This is dead easy. It's just the only bit that Kelly needs to work out these numbers.
And you need to lift the salt for me.
And I do, yeah.
Right, can you pour me some salt? 250 salt.
Okay, 250 of salt going in the pot. I'll take that one away.
Yeah, you can take that away. And then sugar-wise, we need 75 grams. And I'm just using normal granulated sugar. I guess you could use caster sugar if you wanted. It wouldn't really make a difference, but don't use something golden because you don't want...
Yeah, we're not caramelising or doing any kind of...
There we go, 75 grams of sugar.
So the reason it doesn't really matter what sugar, whether it be cast or granulated, etc., is because we're going to heat this up.
Yes. So the next thing is we're going to add our 5 litres of water, and then we're going to heat the brine until all of the salt and sugar is melted. Once it's melted, we're going to take it off the heat. You don't need to boil it, you just need to melt it.
You're just dissolving it, so it's
exactly. So once it's dissolved, you take it off the heat and you allow the brine to cool completely before you put your chicken in.
Yeah, don't put it in hot.
No, because you'll give yourself food poisoning.
Yeah, going to partly
so let's
cook it
not
already.
do that.
No.
We're going to cool it completely, and then we're going to put our chicken in.
Yep.
Okay? So I'm going to do all that, and then I'll see you again later once the chicken's
we'll pop
done.
back when this is done. But the whole simple thing about this is you just heat that up, dissolve all the contents of it, take it off the heat, let it go cold. Once it's properly cold, get your chicken, pop the chicken in,
lid on,
put lid on,
in the
stick
fridge,
it in the fridge.
forget about it until you need
Till
it
tomorrow. So we'll
See you in a
probably just
bit.
see you tomorrow.
So, yesterday we started preparing our chicken for today's chicken dinner. So it's time to cook it now. We've brined it. It's been in the brine overnight and it's now ready to go. So what we're going to do is you need to heat your oven to 210 degrees if you've a fan oven. If you don't, you need to put it to 230, which I think you'll probably find is the highest it will go. And it is, I need to check what gas that is. I don't have a gas mark, but it's high. So I'm going to take the chicken out of the brine. You need to drain it well, and then pat it dry with some kitchen roll or a clean tea towel or something absorbent anyway. If you've never brined a chicken before, or a turkey or anything, please don't worry thinking that it's going to be salty, because it won't, I promise you. It's a very technical thing that happens when you brine meat, but I promise you, you're not going to ruin your chicken by leaving it overnight in a salt bath. Once it's dry, you need to spray a little oil over the skin, and then we're going to grind a little bit of pepper over it. Now, we're not going to add salt because, as we said, it's been in salt, so it won't be salty, but you don't want to add salt either. Into a tray, you then need to take a couple of nice big carrots and cut them into like thirds, and a nice big onion into wedges, and that's going to be your trivet. So once you've put your vegetables into the tray, spray them with a little bit of oil because they're going to roast nicely, and you're going to eat those with your chicken dinner. And then put your chicken on top, like so. So kind of like prop it up with the veg. Let's get this up. So your chicken is now ready to go. So it's going to go into the oven at 210 degrees for 20 minutes. And then we're going to turn the oven down to 150 degrees, and we're going to cook it for another 50 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put it in for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it down, and then I'm going to come back and we'll discuss what happens next. Okay, so I've done a little bit of checking up with the gas marks for you. First of all, when you heat your oven to very hot in the first stages, which was 210 degrees if you have a fan oven, 230 if you don't, that comes up as a gas mark 7, so very hot. It's been in for 20 minutes now, and I've reduced the temperature down to 150 degrees because I've a fan oven. You need 170 if you don't have a fan oven, and that comes up to a gas mark 2. So as you can see, it's a really big drop, okay? And then we're going to cook our chicken for another 50 minutes. So all in all, it's going in for about an hour in 10, an hour in 20 minutes, depending on the size of your chicken. Now my chicken is a 1.6 kilos. The recipe is saying a 1.7 to a 2 kilo chicken. So I'm going to check mine when I've lowered it, which I have. After 50 minutes, I'm going to check mine, and I anticipate that mine will be done. If yours is bigger, it may take longer. Now, Rick Stein recommends, as does most chefs, that you use a temperature probe to check your temperatures of your meat. I fully am on board with that, I really am. But this is just me. He's saying that when you probe your chicken, after the final 50 minutes, at the thickest part of the thigh, it should read at least 67 degrees Celsius. But ideally not more than 70 degrees. Now I understand why, and that is because obviously if you overcook a chicken, it's going to be dry, and that's not what you want. But please make sure that your chicken is cooked properly, because if you are pregnant, or if you have a reduced immune system, or you've children in the house, any of those things, if that chicken isn't cooked properly, you're going to get ill, and I really don't want you to be ill, okay? So I am going to err on 70 degrees at least, because I don't like the idea of being ill, and I certainly don't want my family ill. That is the recommended thing that Rick Stein is saying. It's now up to you, okay? So you do you. If you're happy with your chicken being 67 degrees and juicy, knock yourselves out. I'm happy for you, and I hope it's absolutely delicious. I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm going to take it that little bit further just to be on the safe side, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I said, but if you are cooking the stuffing balls with the chicken, they need to go in after your chicken's been in for 35 minutes. So that's the 20 minutes on hot and another 10-15 minutes, and then you put your stuffing balls in and they should be cooked. It does also say though at the end that if you do cook your stuffing balls with your chicken, because the chicken is now on such a low heat, when you take your chicken out to rest it, because it does need to rest the same as ever, when you take your chicken out to rest, if your stuffing balls are the colour that you want them, just whack the oven up a bit and brown them off to your liking, okay? When you have cooked your chicken, so it's at 67 or 70 or somewhere in between that, take it out, put it onto a warm plate, cover it with foil and leave it to rest for at least another sort of 10 minutes or so, okay? And then you'll be ready to carve. This recipe is absolutely fab. It's a great recipe. It's a lovely dinner. Like I said, it's something that you can do with your Christmas dinners. If you've not tried brining before, please try it. It really is worth it. And I hope you really like it. So please give me a thumbs up. It's been a recipe that's done over 2 days, so we've been working on this together for a while, and I appreciate your company. So come again soon. Please hit your notification bell so you know when I'm around, and I will see you all again really soon on Big OGGIE World. And I'll show you a picture at the end of my chicken when it comes out. See you guys. Bye for now.